Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where we fight the divinity in every run. Alright, you knew this was coming. You've all seen it. Slay the Spire 2 was announced. Awesome. Okay, so let me be clear up front before I say anything else. Slay the Spire is the only game in this genre of roguelike deck building that has nearly as many hours for me as Monster Train. I have 3,000 hours in Monster Train and about 2,400 or so in Slay the Spire. It's hard to measure because it's not all on Steam. Most of my time on Slay the Spire is actually on mobile, but I play a lot of it. I still do, even to this day. It's a fun little thing between work. But so when it comes to my confidence that Mega Crit can make a really good Slay the Spire 2, mechanically, I have no doubts. That game is going to rip. I'm going to absolutely play the ever living heck out of it. And it's 100% going to be a prime choice for content for this channel. I am 1000% going to attempt to play it for this channel. Now, there are a lot of things about Slay the Spire that are why I don't record it for this channel. One, I think Slay the Spire content in general is very saturated. There are a lot of players already that are really good. And if you're looking for high grade content, you've got so many different people you can look for that are way better than I will ever be. I have I have a 4-0 win streak that I can pull off pretty consistently. I've never gotten past 4-0. There are people, it's like 20 something right now for the main win streak. I think Baylor Lord has it, I don't remember. I asked someone recently and I've already forgotten, but so there are plenty of people who are making awesome content for that. So it's saturated, don't feel like making it right now. The other thing is that I actually think one of Slay the Spire's biggest weaknesses is that it doesn't respect the player's time very well. Runs take too long if you want to plan them out strategically. And as much as I would love nothing more than to put up, 3-hour runs of Slay the Spire consistently, I don't have the real life time to record that many episodes in order to make good content of it. I could split it up. You're right, of course. People have suggested this, but metrics show that people just don't watch the second parts, the third parts, the trailing ends of those videos because they don't have the context of the beginning, right? So you get people who only watch the first video. All the other ones do very poorly. It doesn't make sense for a YouTube channel that's not super popular to record and upload that long of runs. Just doesn't make any sense. And it's doubly doesn't make any sense because I have a full-time job. If YouTube were somehow my full-time job, very different story. I'd be happy to record 3 hours every day, right? Easy, no problem. I'll probably record more than that every day. I work 40 hours a week right now. 3 hours a day would only be 21 hours in a week. That's like a part-time job. So in truth, that would be no problem. The problem is with doubling up on recording and then also having a full-time job. Simply too much. So for this channel, it never made sense to record Slay the Spire. I am hoping that Mega Crit addresses some of these issues in the next one. I hope that the runs don't take so long. I hope that they're faster. I hope they respect players' time and they don't just remake it. That is actually also my other concern. I hope they don't just remake it, right? I was already fairly disappointed by the artwork that they showed for Slay the Spire 2. I was hoping they would be a little more bold with it. For a game that made well over $12 million for, two developers, those people are millionaires right now. They could afford to do more impressive things visually. I don't want to rag on Slay the Spire's graphics, but they are one of the weakest parts of the game, full stop. And they didn't really do anything with that. They just tweaked it a little and didn't add a whole heck of a lot of layers or improvements to it. I'm fairly disappointed with the graphics. So that's a bummer. I'm sure the game will be awesome. What I also want them to avoid doing is a lot of those cards, a lot of the relics, a lot of the everything they showed off are the same, right? A vast majority of everything they showed off is the same as the first game. I hope this isn't just hi, we remade the game, because Slay the Spire still exists and will continue to exist. I want them to be a little bold with their designs. So, from what I've seen so far, I'm not terribly excited, but I am a little excited. It's still Slay the Spire. It's still another one. It's going to be very popular. It's going to be a new shiny. I'm excited for a new shiny. There's a cool little skeleton dude. I'm sure that hero is going to be awesome. It's good to see Megacrit making some content for roguelike deck builders. And it's not like we have Monster Train 2 or something, so what am I going to do, right? None of the other games that have come out recently have really pushed the genre or demanded a lot of time or really kind of drawn the focus of the main, you know, audience for the genre. Balatro did come out, of course, but Balatro is a dopamine generator. It's the vampire survivors of roguelike deck builders, and that means that it's very bad for this channel, and I didn't enjoy it. I bounced off of it pretty hard, but it does mean that it's really popular, so I guess there's that, but that's not something I'm going to ever record videos for, having tried it and explored it to the best of my ability. So yeah, those are just some thoughts. I'm very excited for Slay the Spire 2. I can't wait for the early access. I will 1000% be playing a ton of it. So expect that. Sometime in 2025, apparently. So hooray, exciting. Things to look forward to. But for now, we continue with Monster Train. So let's get in on that. What the heck are we doing today? Let's find out. All right. Our previous run, which brought us up to a 242 win streak, was a Shardtail Queen run. Sure was. We had Welder Helper self-infused, or rather infused into an Endless Rage Imp with a plus 25. Excellent. Imperialist, of course, carrying this. We had an Immortality Potion that was a very spicy kind of mid-game play, but it ultimately got us an Endless onto a Titan Sentry, which was mildly useful, at least. I don't think he ended up getting self-infused, but he was fine. Regardless, we had a multi-striking, Steelworker-infused Rail Beater, very solid, many hits. Some very solid decision-making throughout the run. I was quite pleased with that. There was an early Drop Cage versus a Cuddlebeard, and then ultimately a Space versus a Draw decision that was very tricky, that I think could have easily gone either way and would have been a problem one way but not the other. We ended up settling on the Drop Cage. We ended up on I think it was a Spell Chain -1 for a Hidden Passage, which was awesome. We did end up, obviously, I already mentioned the Titan Sentry. We found him, so Cuddlebeard would have been online too, but I think our decisions were awesome and very successful. So we got the win. Great. Go team. We're moving on to Windleton. Not much to add here. I've already talked a lot because Slay the Spire, so I think we'll just go ahead and hop in. So as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's play some Monster Train. Let's see what we get today. Click the button. Interesting. Alright, it's not bad. I don't hate it. Hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing just fine. Nothing really to complain about. I'm actually pretty excited. I've got a lot of videos to record and some cool things to go over. So, yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to work on today, but I'm very excited, having fun with all the stuff I'm doing. Some Monster Train, of course, but some other stuff as well. And I'm not going to talk about it here. I'm sure you'll see it long before I actually mention it in a video. So, there's that. Actually, that is objectively going to be true. I think you'll see the videos that I'm recording long before you see this particular episode. So we'll just leave that secretive and you'll never know about it. What was I talking about? Who can say? But let's play this. So today we are Exile Awoken, Exile Melting. It's fine. I like it. Reforms are good. You can do some silly things here with Strangler plus Reform on a Molten Encasement for perfect defense, things like that. We have Soulsucker Talos, so Dazed Talos, Curse Arcus, Diligent Seraph. Diligent Seraph, of course, being spicy, but we have all spells, so we're fine. Starting cards are Glimmer, Wicklash, Invigorating Solution, all excellent. Invigorating Solution, always happy to just kind of get for free. Wicklash is damage. Glimmer is good, compensates if we miss Strangler. Just generally solid here, so seems good. Not much to add, let's go. Alright, let's look ahead, see what we get. Temples today are on 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 3 temples, not a lot, but it's fine. They're at least spread out well enough. I'm not mad. 1 after Talos, 1 just before Arcus. I think that gives us enough choices that we're okay. It's only ever a problem if they're all late or all early when you have 3. Because then you just kind of miss options, right? Anyway, I'm always kind of bummed out when we don't have a Ring 8 temple. I think it's the best time to have one, but it's okay. Dupe on 8 is on the steel side, nothing fancy. We have a steel shop, trinket shop on 7. Trinket shop does have money and a horde, pretty good. No removals anywhere to be seen. Random dupe on 6 with cave and horde. It's actually pretty good. No steel shop here. Competes with a removal magic shop. Removal magic shop cave on 5, very good. Noting that I think with Windleton, in general, I like magic shops a lot because -1s on root seeds are pure power. Competes with a random steel shop that just has some money and health, nothing great, but we might need it. And then we get another no steel shop 4, which does mean I think we're guaranteed double steals in the early game. The magic shop on 4 has a Vortex and Awoken banner, really strong. It's honestly really good. The only reason I might consider the other side is if I desperately need that dupe, but that magic shop is so strong here. You get a banner choice, you get removals, you get a the magic shop itself, really good. And yeah, early game double steals, Awoken, forced Awoken on 2, which is actually not good for Windleton lines, but could be good for lines where we throw Windleton away, so we'll see. And then a Remnant banner on 3. A lot of things we could see there that could be decent, so sure, why not? Let's see what we get. We have healing cards, which does mean that we could theoretically take a holo, though it might be a little difficult to pull off. Exploding Candle Light's Gift. It's going to be Light's Gift here because we could reasonably play top floor here, and that's very strong to be able to do so. Yeah, we'll click it. I like that. Dark Forge says Thornlord or Predator. How do I feel about that? I'm less inclined to play Predator because I have Light's Gift, right? The quick is not as advantageous because you get free hits anyway. I'm going to go Thornlord here. This gives me some guaranteed scaling. Maybe we see the Strangler pivot. I will take the Horde. I'm okay with it. First Hell Pact. It's just the spikes here. Still could be very strong. Alternatively, Resin Block. We have Primitive Molds. Now, nothing in our deck does suggest we would want this necessarily, but it could be good, right? Get some Trained Stewards shot and buff them. Worn Grindstone's also here, but I think it's less. It's obviously guaranteed value. We know what Worn Grindstone's doing here. It's fine. Resin Block and First Hell Pact are potentially much stronger in various ways. I think Resin Block has more guaranteed value. We are seeing a Remnant banner on 3. I'm going to take the Resin Block. First Hell Pact, I mean, all it takes is... And no, First Hell Pact, all it takes is an Awoken's Rail Spike and we win the run. Okay, Awoken's Rail Spike and a Remove Consume. But we're seeing a lot of magic shops. I mean, I'm going to take the First Hell Pact. It's just so strong. I don't think Resin Block is really going to do as much for us. It's nice, but it's fine. Alright, we'll take the unit draft here. Okay, hopefully I don't regret that and end up on like some very important burnout line or something, but... I'm just going to sting downstairs. That just seems valuable. I could buff upstairs, but I don't think I want to. He's going to burn out for sure. We'll let it ride. Okay, let's click Root Seeds and Root Seeds here. We get the Collector, which is nice. Pretty likely to not get this kill upstairs. Yeah, we knew this was happening, I think. I could buff here, but I think putting the Trained Steward down might be stronger. We'll put it down. It's fine. I don't get the Collector. I mean, I don't get the kill, but that's fine. It could be much worse. Let's see. Root Seeds. Root Seeds? I mean, I could Wicklash here. It's not terrible. It still doesn't get this kill. We just take a bunch of damage. I mean, this is going to be inevitably what we have to deal with, though. Ooh, a lot of damage incoming. 19 damage taken. Kind of a bit of a bummer. I'm going to go ahead and sting a bunch on the boss here. What's coming up? You might have made the argument that I should have Wicklashed, but I just don't think so. I just don't think so. We'll get out of this, though, at least. Yeah, we get out of this. It's close, like, right? I mean... For sure it's close, but we get out, and that is what matters. 19 damage is a lot. This is what we pay for a unit draft. Razor Sharp Edge, Snap Click. Of course, I do want that. Yes. Wildwood Sap is good and all, but still. Giraffe is a must-click here. I think with the primitive molds and the Wicklashes, I want this, its multi-strike that is functional for me. Yes, good. Animus of Will, Lady of the Reformed, Legion of Wax. I gave up on Legion of Bombs here for the Giraffe. That's funny. That's funny. We gave up on Legion of Bombs, technically. That's a real bummer. There's no world I ever pick that explosive, though, being honest with you. There's just no universe I ever do that. With the reforms and the fact that I need the multi-strike, I think this just has to be it. It's a shame. I could still take him. Right? There's no reason not to. I guess I'll grab him. He's fine. Sure, okay. If we see another one, we can maybe pop off, but we'll see. Steel Shop says, quick, unnecessary. Awoken banner says, I mean, okay, we get an Animus of Will. I'm going to click the Animus of Will here for sure. I think we chill on most of this other stuff. -2, it's not bad. But I think we're hanging out here. I don't see myself going in on this Animus, do I? Not enough that I'm going to re-roll this. I think we hang out. No money in the first 2 rings in the middle is always a bummer. I like being able to re-roll my shops, but we'll chill. We're going to move on. 15 shards, it's fine. We get the Sweeper, which does put us in a bit of a bind. Spikes. Conduits. I think we can survive the conduit here. Okay, I think we can survive this. We're going to need to invest in Windleton because he's got health, of course. So it's Windleton up top, of course. I'm going to play... I mean, it's as simple as just you glimmer downstairs and then you sting once. So... really, it's like, why even bother? I think I'm going to play the Legion downstairs because it does something, then we double sting up top. If we get a mid-floor collector, it's still okay. Sure, let's drop the draft downstairs. It cleans some things up. I think that's good. Strong argument for Animus, but I really think we want to just invest in Windleton. The Legion is going to do a lot of heavy lifting here. Yeah, it's fine. We go for the reform. We're going to put the draft back down. It's fine. We root seeds. We razor sharp. I think we have pretty close to a very solid play. We get the glimmer downstairs, which actually does some serious heavy lifting here as well. Wicklash comes in. He does a lot of damage. Then we just slam the invigorating solution for next turn, and we should be okay. Cool. We guarantee win this for sure. Reform again. We get Mr. Legion of Wax back, who 1v1s this boss with a single Wicklash. Good chat. Good chat. Easy stuff. Alright, give me an explosive here. That would be fun. I'd love to see one now. Vine Grasp. Having a ping is good, although I guess I do have glimmers, so it's not that big of a deal. Wildwood Sap might be a requirement to survive Relentless, possibly. Second Razor Sharp, I don't think I need another one. We'll take the Wildwood Sap, actually. It could help a lot. This is how you know you're betrayed, right? You see a second draft, you're like, aha, we got it, alright. So the Legion is not online. I guess we could put the draft in the Legion and try to make a floor out of that. And then Wicklash that guy. The problem, of course, is always how do you get him killed enough times that this works, but... I don't know. It's hard to say. Third Wicklash, I have enough damage boosters here. I really just need to make them cheaper, make them playable. Question then becomes, do I want to Dripfall something? It's a good card to add. I'll take the Dripfall. Okay, we're going to look at this Steel Shop one more time, see what we hit. If they're going to show me the Endless, I'm going to immediately regret my entire decision. Multi-Strike, okay. Never mind, Bounty Stalker. Okay. Bounty Stalker with multi-strike. Seems reasonable. Okay. And then we re-roll this. Quick. I'm not as keen on the quick here. We could do it, though, right? And play him on a lower floor. He burns out, and then you have to reform him a bunch. It's not bad. Interesting. It's not bad. We don't have the infusion on him yet until next ring, but I don't get the steel shop again to try for the endless until later. So quick is not terrible. The other thing to keep in mind is we could get an overstack here potentially to make him like tiny or something, which is not terrible, actually. Although I might genuinely take the Wingmaker, which would be kind of funny too, but quick is good because it means he attacks twice. It's a good payout here. The Endless is also, of course, obviously very strong. But we have this. It's available. And I have the reforms here to make this functional. I'm going to take Quicken him. I think it's good enough. And then we'll see what the cave has for us. Oh, trade higher health for money. Well, I'm not going to do that, I don't think. I like how it says, yes, a lot, and you could die here. No, I don't think it's worth enough for me. Unfortunate. I'm just going to take the money in the middle and then move on, and that's chillin'. Okay, a weird floor. We at least have a very upgraded Bounty Stalker here, which is nice. It's going to be Windleton top floor. I'm going to play the Legion middle. And I'm going to play the Bounty bottom. Yes. I would like to make sure that Windleton lives long enough. I think it's actually worth more to sting the boss here, right? I think so. We're going to go ahead and sting the boss for a good chunk there. Okay. We shoot a little bit downstairs. It's fine. Now, I would like... First order of business, I do think I want the reform here. Although, well, no I don't, actually, right? I don't think that I do. I'd like to save this health. So we'll play the Animus here, and then I think it's as simple as I wish for Root Seeds over the Razor Sharp. Fine. Now, we do unfortunately have a whole bunch of stuff that I need to reform now. This is going to be an eternal struggle, I suspect. But, give me that invigorating solution, please. Let's go for root seeds, I think. Sure. Okay. First, we're going to see what we get on the reform. Legion of Wax goes downstairs. Okay. He does pretty reasonable. A Glimmer is very strong upstairs. Let's see what this next primitive mold hits. We get the Animus. That's actually really good because now I can put that upstairs. It burns out, and it kills almost everything. The last unit here is the Bounty Stalker, which is pretty important. Am I willing to take 5 damage for the Bounty Stalker? I think I am, yes. I think I am. And then we can just play him, what, mid-floor, and he almost murders a guy and then dies again. This'll have to do. Bottom floor at least kills some stuff. We take 5, of course. Upstairs is scary. See who we get reformed. We get the Legion. Bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. I think it's going to be as simple as Legion mid-floor now, and then I have to play the Wildwood Sap. I don't die here. I'm taking, what, 2, 5, so 7, 8, 9 damage here. Play the Wildwood Sap, I think, is right. This will offset it, for sure. And then just the Root Seeds. Okay, obviously the Daze is a bummer. It's fine. Okay. Oh no, I took some damage. It's okay. The boss... Okay, reform. Bounty Stalker is going to go downstairs. Does respectable work. The next reform comes up. Animus of Will. Now the question then becomes, who is the most important one here, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. He would get another shot for 70 into the boss, which is pretty cool. I can give him a buff. Or I can get Animus doing 39 per round. With only 4 turns, though, it's not guaranteed we even see the buff. I think we lean into what's present here. It's a lot of extra damage we just gain. And then I think we don't play the Animus. It is reliant. I think we're okay. Yeah, we take the 1, we're fine. This is strange and dicey, but we're okay. Mid-floor is going to do some decent, legitimate work here. Alright, we get the wrong unit back, but I can then double root seeds upstairs. We at least do 134 mid-floor, which is acceptable, so it certainly could be a lot worse. Yikes, we didn't actually hit the primitive mold on all of those draws, so we can get out of this. I have the tools. You just put the buff in the back and we have it, right? And then we just daze the boss one more time. Alright, we at least sneak out of this combat. We're not in a great position. We took a lot of damage there. Not ideal. Hey, Wax and Spike, you know what? I took first Hell Pact. I will click this, yes. Formless Child, incredible work, but no. Lady of the House, Wickless Tycoon, Lady of the Reformed. I think we have the tools, we just have to make them functional. True, I'm going to skip this. Yes. Space would be nice. Ember would also be nice, I think. Ember, I think, is the most important thing we can do. We have Curse Arcus, Diligent, but we also have Windleton. I haven't taken any at magic shops yet, so we'll take the draw. I mean the Ember, which essentially is draw. We're gonna go right here. We're gonna look in the temple. We're gonna see what we get. A plus 30 and a 10 in piercing is very powerful there. Magic shop says permafrost, no thank you. 20 consume, it's functional. -1. We only have 225. We can only do so much. We do see the Strangler pivot, which I will take. Yes. Removals here. I have to consider that. Let's look at the banner. Vine Mother? She's kind of an interesting ad, right? She could frontline for Windleton. We could buff that way, kind of oddly, but it works. She's decent, right? She's actually pretty good. I think we're cutting the Animus of Will. Probably, anyway. I'm going to grab Vine Mother. This is a weird choice, perhaps, but you'll see why I'm thinking this is good. The -1 here, I'm going to put this on Wicklash, if only because if I reroll into a holdover, this is a big win. The 20 consume I cannot take, though I might have considered it into a Glimmer. We'll reroll. Remove consume. Remove consume Wax and Spike is pretty effective. Imagine if this was an Awoken's Rail Spike, by the way. Would be kind of insane, but that's a lot of damage scaling we could get. Plus 30, 10 in piercing on a Glimmer is pretty great, I think. I'm going to click that. And then I am going to go ahead and do Draft into Bounty Stalker here. I think this is just straight up excellent. I'm going to cut the Animus, I've decided. The Legion... Man, Legion's not really doing a whole heck of a lot here either, I don't think. I actually think we're cutting Animus and Legion here. Yeah, goodbye. Goodbye, y'all. And then over here, I could remove Consume the Wax and Spike, which is pretty awesome, if I'm being real with you. It's good damage scaling. I think the -1 is just going into this Wicklash, though. Or a Root Seeds, honestly. I mean, I think it's the Root Seeds. If I'm... Well, it doesn't matter, really. Well, I'll put it in the Root Seeds. I'm always going to play the Root Seeds. I might not always play the Wicklash. And then we get the Remove Consume. I'll consider this briefly on Wax and Spike. It's a pretty darn good card. I'm going to go ahead and take that. Yeah, alright. Moving on. Give me some money here. Money Trial would be cool. Multi-Strike Trial is kind of spicy. We're not at risk. It's really just more of a do I die? I think I can get away with this, right? 75 is a little high, but I think we're going to be fine. Yeah, you just airdrop in the Bounty Stalker and you kill most of this stuff. We get the Vine Mother and Windleton upstairs. I'm going to go ahead. 1, 2, 3 stings kills the whole floor. Nice, yeah. Okay, cool. We get the reform. This is good, because I do desperately want this man to shoot. I'm going to blow up the bottom floor. Great. I'm going to sting for money. And then I'm going to go ahead and click the Wax and Spike upstairs, I think. 4 burnout? Yeah, we're fine. Great. Cool. Good, great. Sting downstairs, chillin'. I wish for Wicklash upstairs. Now, if I Wicklash... Oh, actually, 47, 47, I can... Problem is, he's attacking 3 times. He's doing 94, so he has to hit the third guy here. You just toss him that Root Seeds real quick. He actually pushes the Clipped Conduit's damage shield out. I then want the Wicklash upstairs for sure. I'm going to go ahead and click the Primitive Mold, and then play the Train Steward middle to get him out of here. Alright, fine. Now, top floor is fine here, no problems. Yeah, easy mode. So let's go ahead and reform, bring back the man. He's crushing. Stings downstairs do nothing, so we'll go ahead and sting upstairs then. Razor Sharp is fun. I'll click the Invigorating Solution. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, we get Wicklash up front, which is neat. I like that. Go ahead and keep buffing. Take Root Seeds here where it makes sense. Good, fine. Okay, we do a lot of damage downstairs. Pretty awesome. If I Drip Fall, I think I avoid getting killed, which is also very good. I'm going to go ahead and Glimmer middle, bottom. Main reason is I want to get rid of the Conduit and buy more time for... What's it called? Redraws on Reforms. Good, great, in fact. Let's click the cards we must click. So Primitive Mold back, the Bounty Stalker. Good job, champ. He actually just kills him, which is awesome. He is too powerful. True, he's doing 225, so in 2 rounds he murders. That's fine. Great work. Good job. End turn. This looks a lot cleaner. It's maybe not the fastest scaling Bounty Stalker, but it's enough. Ooh, Forever Flame. Yes, please. Make that Bounty Stalker free. It's good. Bramble Lash. Another Invigorating Solution. How scared am I of Diligent? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 15, 19 right now. Another Invigorating Solution is very low opportunity cost. Sure, bud. We'll take it. It's fine. Engulfed in Smoke has got to get clicked here. Yes. It's a good defensive line, which is important. Merchant of Steel could show me plus 25s, just fine. Or I can go to this much more powerful magic shop. I don't have any money, though. It's kind of a big bummer. Going to the Steel side lets me re-roll. But it's just plus 25s, right? There are going to be stronger Steel shops later that I might consider. Yeah, I might see an overstack on the Caverns. I'll get some removals. We'll go right. It's correct. Cave today says, Strength Stone? Sure. Hey man, it's a free death and a quarter. I guess I'll take it. Alright, why not? Thanks for Strength Stone. I could have taken Health there, by the way. Right, I have first Health Pact. I could have taken Bone Rattler or the one that gives me healing, but I don't think it's ever correct to do it. Pyrestone Housing, a little late for that. Bounty Stalker, not worth it for whatever. I guess it doesn't even get benefits out of it. Thornfruit's pretty awesome. Thornfruit also just straight up defeats Seraph, though I think Vine Mother's also doing that. But Improved Firebox is not doing as much as one would hope. I guess it's Thornfruit, sure. Removals here are just Train Stewards. Let's get them out of here. They're actually not that hard to play, but all my spells are really good. So I just don't want to draw them at this point. Another Remove Consume. Bummer. It's okay. We'll take a -1 and move on. It's just going to be a free Root Seeds, and we chill. Alright, we move on. Good enough for me. Armor emblem should not be a problem. Bounty Stalker is doing a lot of heavy lifting here, which is good. I'm glad to see it. One thing we'll want to keep thinking about, though, is that we might not want to go to 200 shards, because Diligent at 200 shards is going to have a lot of stealth that we have to somehow survive. And I'm not entirely sure how we pull that off, right? I didn't reform my buddy. You know, it's okay. We'll just delay it by a turn. It's fine. He clears the floor. We're not actually concerned at all. I was honestly just talking about Diligent and completely flaked on that. That's a big misplay on my part. We glimmer downstairs to make up for it, and we're actually just chilling. Staying up top. I'm going to go ahead and click Wicklash and then Wicklash, because we have both of them. The Train Stewards are an annoyance. I don't really want them to get killed, because they make the reforms less consistent, which is a bummer. Great, you're doing excellent work up there, buddy. Alright. I think this is just slam Wax and Spike, I think, for plus 20. It's good scaling, right? It's true. Yeah, we'll just drop it. Let's go. Boom. Big spell. We have a lot of cards in our deck, which is an unfortunate thing, but now I think I can get away with Bounty Stalker downstairs, and then we just Glimmer middle to make up for it, and then we just continue to sting the heck out of things. Right? Sure. Seems reasonable. And then, like, of course, the Quick does a lot of heavy lifting here, which is great. My goal is to draw very fast. I'll sting the boss here because it just seems like it's going to be more useful. We're guaranteed at least 2 rounds here if I see the reform, and we do see the reform, which is good. 2 rounds, I think. Oh, wow, actually straight up murders him. Really? Okay, well, alright, well, I'm just going to click end turn then, I suppose. Great, okay. It's also good if we had... I was thinking I could let the Vine Mother die from the Wicklash, or Burnout, rather, but... easy to underestimate just how strong triple hitting guy at like 300 health is. And sadly, Resin Block would have been stronger on this run, but I don't know. It's easy to look at this and say, obviously you should have picked it, but there's no way to know. Adaptive Mutation, Pyre Shards, Edge Prior, these all kind of suck. We're going to skip them. Sacred Wicks is probably the pick. One of these reforms is the pick, right? I think it's going to be Sacred Wicks. It's a low opportunity cost. Well, actually, Wicked Blaze is going to be really good, because they have 3 hits, and I'm going to have more copies of these guys. Yeah, alright, let's do it. That's a for sure, I think. Now I'd like to go right. Hellvent here, to get a 3rd one of these guys, is pretty awesome. Right? It's pretty awesome, if I'm being real with you. They can scale simultaneously. Getting a 3rd one makes Arcus much simpler. I think we go right here. Yes, I'm going to do it. Horde today says, Thorn Casing with my Thorn Fruit, my Vine Mother, and my Thorn Lord. Amazing. Incredible news. Intrinsic. What an interesting question. What do you intrinsic? Good question. I have no idea. Let's look at the caves. Give me an overstack. Give me Sunderstone. Oh, actually, just give me Penitent Remains, right? Yeah, that's pretty decent. We've got these guys, Bounty Stalkers, with Penitent Remains. Cool, seems good. We'll click it. That is a lot of extra garbage to add, but we have so many spells that are guaranteed with all the stings and everything that we're fine. Make another copy of the Bounty Stalker and we're chilling. Alright. I'm going to put a plus 30 in this other Glimmer because it's good. I don't think I'm not going to take this Intrinsic. I don't think I want to go to 200 here. Okay? And I think it's because Diligent is spiced, right? He's got the stealth that I'm not certain we have the stats to overcome. Okay, well, I guess we don't have a Bounty Stalker on turn 1, but that's not that bad. I'm just going to go ahead and double Sting here to get over it, and then we chill. Sure, I'm just going to sting upstairs, honestly. The stats are fine. Okay, we didn't get double bounty stalkers. I will just let them both pass away. I think that's fair. This is a Hellborn Harvest, which is fine. I'm going to sting upstairs a bit. I'm not guaranteed to see burnout. I kind of would like to avoid Windleton exploding, so I'll burn the Wildwood Sap, sure. Fine. Okay, now let's see. I would like to double reform here. That I consider pretty important. I'm going to go for the Primitive Mold and the Primitive Mold. I was thinking you could Wicked Blaze for sure, but it's not that important. Bottom floor is just kind of going mad with power. Seems good to me. This lets me get away with the Wicklash Invigorating Solution, or rather the Root Seeds Invigorating Solution. I'm not playing our, what are they called, Stings? Is that a Hellborn Harvest? Ah, that's a bummer. Okay, I am going to Wicklash upstairs now. Man, if only he didn't have Stealth, this would be a huge turn. I could just clear floor with Glimmers. But I would like to draw cards, so let's go with the Root Seeds and then the Wax and Spike. We clear the floor at least, but I do take curses for it, and that is a bummer. Well, I mean, we don't even get... Wow, we don't even get a reform on this turn, so I guess it doesn't matter, right? I'm going to sting downstairs to make that floor a little more palatable, and then let's Wax and Spike here for more damage and scaling. It's good. Alright, give me reforms, please. Good, we see them. Wonderful news. Wicklash upstairs. We actually have a respectable cleaving guy there, which is pretty cool. I am going to play... We have Strangler, right? So I have no fear. So let's play this bottom floor. And then I guess we'll sting a guy and Wicklash upstairs, and that's enough? Sure, seems good. Yeah, this should be fine. Bottom floor, I think we clear the whole floor, right? Yeah, they're just chilling now. We easy clear top floor as a result of all this. I think we're fine. Our goal is to elevator the two bounty stalkers in Relentless, which is cool. Oh, but stealth is a thing still. Bummer. Well, let's shoot the boss then, because that seems good. And then let's draw 10 cards next turn. Alright, good job. Wicked Blaze back one of these guys. Primitive Mold back the other. Cool. Great. We get the kill and we only lose one dude. Honestly, excellent. Fantastic work. Don't click anything. This is one of those moments where it's like, hey, I actually do need my bounty stalkers to do something, so that stealth is causing problems. Immediately you see what I mean, right? Hallowed Halls, snap click this, yes. Purchase. Thank you. Incredible card. Come again. Diligent is a concern. And we should take no more shards. Unless we get offered resin removal or something. I think resin removal fixes this. But I think we do not... This is a train wreck episode where I have the luxury of not clicking train wreck stuff, because I don't know how we actually survive this otherwise. I would have to... I think the play would be some jank stuff where you play Windleton bottom floor and then try to get the bounty stalkers stacked upstairs behind Vine Mother? Sheesh. I mean, I guess that's a functional option, but it sucks. It's an option. It's not an option anyone's happy with. Do I need... I don't need space. We'll take draw here. I can just play one on a different floor. Alright. Steel Shop, I would take plus 25s on Vine Mother. Where's the dupe? It's on the dupe is on the steel side, so I'm just going to go to the Trinket Shop here. I guess the cave could give us something cool. What could the Trinket Shop give us? I mean, you never know. It could give us some fun stuff. I'm going to go to the Trinket Shop, though. I think it's better overall. Boons Horde today says, Tempered Talisman. Fade's First Blade is free scaling for everyone. We'll click that. The Dark Forge. Yeah, Thornlord 2 for sure. Yep. Trinket Shop says, Combustible Wax is both good and bad. good in the sense that it's great for Windleton, bad in the sense that it's bad for Bounty Stalker scaling. Interesting. The burnout's not what's going to help me against Diligent, right? What's going to help me against Diligent is strictly delaying turns. Split Anvil is functional with my X-Coster, right? You can do a lot of damage with that. You get a flexible Ember choice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's also good with Hallowed Halls, I suppose. We're drawing a lot of cards, potentially. I'll take Split Anvil, and I'm going to re-roll in case we see something really cool. We don't. I could buy removals here. I should cut the Train Stewards, if I'm being honest with you. They are extremely bad because I do not want them in the reform pool whatsoever. So let's just go ahead and drop them. Even though they're playable and I could remove them, they get in my way. This Horde is the last shards I think I can afford to take here. We'll take it. Cleansing Water is not bad. Concussive Coals is also not bad. Jackstrips, acceptable. I think I'm going to go with Cleansing Water here. I don't actually think this can affect Diligent because of the way it's programmed. It could have affected that Crystal Cloak. I also can't affect Arcus, but that's fine. I think this is the last shards we take here. Heaven Seal is acceptable. I can always rely on Windleton to lock down a floor upstairs. Okay, we'll play the upstairs for sure. Get them in there. I could just reform them, but then they burn out, which is kind of bad. I also have Heaven Seal, so this really doesn't do anything for me other than cause problems. So let's just incant upstairs and chill. First Bounty Stalker is going to go... Which one's stronger? The guy on the right is stronger. He goes middle, kills a guy. If I do double of them on middle, I might as well. Sure. And then I can sting downstairs to kill that man outright. And we work to buff upstairs. And now I can play the Wax and Spike and play everything else out for free here. It's fine. Yes. And we start getting Fade's First Blade scaling as well. So that's cool. Alright. First things first. Priority is Primitive Mold. He clears mid-floor. Wonderful. Priority is other Primitive Mold. He does a lot of work downstairs. I can never get him under 149, can I? I guess I could Glimmer downstairs, though, right? Which stops that curse as well, and kills everything. Okay, great. We sting upstairs for scaling. Perfect, actually. Alright, they're doing great work. Good job. Go team. I need to draw cards, so let's drop the Invigorating Solution, the Root Seeds. We're going to Glimmer downstairs for sure, so I don't have any Curse Friends. I'll play the Razor Sharp up top. We have decent scaling on that floor. I would like very much to see a Burnout Extender. I mean, I guess we lose Vine Mother. I'm not upset about it, though. I do get one Reform to play him downstairs. Four stings brings this guy, I think, to his death door. Yeah, that's enough stings that we actually get 2 kills. We unfortunately do have the guy in back still, but that's fine. Goodbye, Vine Mother, I guess. It's a bummer, but it's the way it goes. Hey, look, it's Vine Mother. She's back. And she burns out. And that's going to have to be okay. Right? Seems reasonable. Alright, so here's the deal. We're going to go for Wicked Blaze on the Bounty Stalker. We put it in. I'm going to then Hallowed Halls my floor for more Extinguish triggers. And these guys absolutely crush. I'm going to daze one of my own guys. It straight up does not matter. Alright, cool. Good chat. Incredible work. They're just way too strong. This is, I mean, this is so powerful up until you're faced with stealth, right? Is the big thing. Focus growth, pyre shards. I think we have plenty of spells. We easily defeat Diligent with all the spell creation. Just skip this. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, you see what I mean. We do not get anything as far as stealth management. I'm going to go ahead and click the second Engulfed in Smoke. My upstairs floor will appreciate it. It's good to have him on lock. I'm going to go to the right. Yes, we go to the right. Final dupe coming up. 150 is acceptable. Memorial Fund Faulty Loader. I'm going to spin this. I'm going to take the Pyre Wall, probably. Second multi-strike. I'm just going to buy some plus 25s for my Vine Mother. It's good to have it. Sure, great, we did it. Wonderful. She has 85 health right now. She's just chilling, is what's happening. We're going to dupe Stronger Bounty Stalker, and we take no other shards. I'm going to buy Pyre Wall, and I think I'm going to cut a card. Question is what? Great question. Unclear. I have 34 cards. I just draw really fast, is the thing. I guess I could just buy a Precious Plating instead. Alright, sure. Extra health, why not? And then 150 out of 100, we move on. I'm not going to do anything else here. No diciness, no weirdness. Alright, 7 waves remaining. Diligent, I think, is cruising at a casual 9. It's still pretty spiced out. That is still pretty concerning, as it turns out. I'm leaning towards playing Windleton bottom floor, and then everything else is upstairs. Woof. Well, it's tough. 9 stacks of stealth with 7 waves remaining means he goes relentless, has 2 waves of remaining. This means it's going to be fairly difficult for us to connect Bounty Stalkers with this. I have some options. The first and probably best option is to play Windleton bottom, Vine Mother upstairs, and then stick a Bounty Stalker behind Vine Mother that we ramp with Burnout so that it is ready for Relentless and murders Diligent, which I think is the safest choice. So we're going to play it that way. Windleton should cruise downstairs. I think he has little to fear. Like, genuinely. Get some buffs here. We actually clear the guy in back incredibly, which is awesome. Even with the sap, so that's fine. Alright, we're gonna... He gets some help, though. Right, we get to shoot stuff, which is great. I think this Bounty Stalker can be the one that goes upstairs, right? Plan for the future. Give him the Whiplash. I could just go ahead and drop Hallowed Halls here and do again, right? It's true. I did just burn that Whiplash. I was like, wait a second, I just did that, didn't I? I'm going to go ahead and click the Hallowed Halls downstairs. It seems good to do it. We get more stings. Fun. Amazing news. I'm going to go ahead and shoot middle, and then we're going to sting through this a bunch. We're going to create a lot of stings here as kind of the immediate challenge, but... Alright. Bounty Stalker, other Bounty Stalker goes downstairs, gets great work in. Invigorating Solution. Firewall, I'm just going to take Vengeful Shards here, I think. That's okay with me. I could play Stealth upstairs, weirdly enough, but I think it is kind of weird to do that, isn't it? I guess it's not bad, right? Weird. Alright. I could maybe get enough. I suppose that's fair. Sure. Alright, we bounce these shards. I don't care. I got Firewall specifically for this. Okay. Alright, plan of attack is burn the sting, almost certainly. Good. We're then going to go ahead and Wicked Blaze and bring back the guy with the longer burnout. We're going to stealth upstairs. I think that's fair. We'll buff up here. Long burnout man can come downstairs. That's fine as well. Alright, great. We're making good progress here. It is dicey, but it will have to do, I suppose. I guess I may as well shoot the boss. Doesn't really hurt. And then we can bring back Windleton as well, which is acceptable, right? And then we just sting this floor, I suppose. Although I may as well sting the boss. Free damage is free damage, right? We'll take it. He's the one that's scary here, not whatever Windleton's attacking into. So, okay. Alright, remember, burn card Sting here. I do think I need to play this Wax and Spike upstairs. I think that's just a requirement right now. True. Okay, fine. Alright, I need to reform here. We're gonna burn Sting. Yes. I'm then going to go ahead and click Wicked Blaze into the Bounty Stalker buddy. Drop him. I could continue the stealth stacking. I just do think that the Hallowed Halls is stronger here overall. It's true. And we get an obnoxious amount of further stings as well, which is, you know, certainly also something to keep in mind. We draw a lot of cards, which is kind of weird. But accurate, I suppose. Interesting. I don't really know how to feel about our current state of affairs right now, right? This doesn't look very good. We sting. I think Engulfed in Smoke does heavy lifting here. And then, of course, everything burns out. But what lasts the longest here? Guy in front does? Yeah, he actually gets to push some numbers through, which is pretty cool. He does, he does. Now, all I need to see is reforms. Reforms. How do I want to approach this? Burnout 4 Windleton going in front of this guy upstairs is respectable. Bounty Stalker. Ooh, it's tough. I have a lot of stings. I am not guaranteed to draw what I want to draw here. I can push 1,500 here pretty comfortably with the draft. It's unfortunate I can't put them both together. If I could, I think this floor actually kills. Alright, I think it's got to be Bounty Stalker upstairs. He's got the turns, and we play the Windleton mid, and we just stend numbers and hope for the best here. Okay. I think we get this. 3 Ember here gets the kill. Click nothing else. Okay, I just had to look at that. I was gonna say, we can click the Hallowed Halls, but there are enough dead units that could fill this floor and weaken me overall that I do not think it would be worthy. We just chill. Take that 1 to Firewall and we're okay. Ooh, buddy! This would have been a dicey train wreck episode, huh? Well, good thing it's not. That was close, right? I think it was a mistake to consume the first Wicklash, but it didn't really matter that terribly much. The hardest part was assembling a floor that can actually beat him without having to reset the combat. We didn't. We did great. Okay, so the win streak is alive, and now everything else is so easy by comparison. Right? It's just unbelievably easy by comparison here. We just play a million bounty stalkers and completely blow up the universe, right? There's just absolutely no way that this goes wrong for us. Yeah, cool. We just kill every single unit in the world. Great. I'm not going to lead with the Wicklash here. I guess you could. It doesn't really matter if he burns out. Sure. Honestly, I don't really care. I can reform him. It's cool. Great. Wonderful. Amazing. We cleared floors. Great news. Okay, first order of business. Wicked Blaze with Split Anvil does heavy lifting. We're going to prop up the guy that's a little bit weaker here. Yeah, like he burns out, but I'm not actually upset about it. I'm then going to double click the primitive molds here. We're going to Glimmer downstairs first. It's good to do. We'll buff upstairs, fine. Now, Mr. 181 down here is enough to kill everything on the floor. Great work. We're then going to go ahead and double Bounty Stalker middle for a cool 1,000 damage. And the rest of this is gravy, right? Cool, it's good. Now, first order of business, in my opinion, is to reform Windleton. We're going to drop him in upstairs. I don't want him to create a million things. We're then going to play 3-cost Wax and Spike upstairs. Great work. I'm then going to play the Hallowed Halls mid-floor to prop these guys up again. I'm going to play one set of Engulfed in Smoke middle, so they have stealth through their entire burnout. One Engulfed in Smoke goes upstairs, of course. Draw a million cards. Great, whatever. Most of this does not matter. I'm going to Sting twice to kill that first guy, which pushes all of the damage through to Chains. Cool. Alright, great news. I think we double Sting Chains just to kill him. Then we Primitive Mold. Bring back the guy downstairs. Great work. Weight of Contrition. Wicklash upstairs is your friend. Mid-floor, I think casually we get the kill pretty swiftly here, right? Yeah. We're going to be able to push this pretty much no problem, I don't think. 232. It's going to be fine. We'll blast upstairs then. There's really no reason not to. Yeah. Alright, I think we win. On this turn? Yes. Great. Cool. On this turn. Good news. Yeah, they fire through. I was going to say, I think they get enough attacks through that this is not going to be a problem. Bottom floor, great work. Gets to kill a man outright. Good stuff. Kills 3 men. With perfect careful calculation on his damage. 220, 200, and he kills the mid guy. Amazing work. Easy. And then we just swing upstairs. I mean, we obviously win already, but it's still enough. So, alright. Divinity was never the challenge. It's always diligent. Managing enemy stealth is a real difficult thing, especially for a run like this, where we're reliant on burnout. Now, we could have taken Combustible Wax. Don't get me wrong. That was an option. Avoid some burnout action there. It might have helped a little. It might have helped a little. The thing was actually health and enemy stealth, right? The enemy simply had more turns I had to wait out. And then once I did that, I had to assemble the floor. I don't know if combustible wax would have really helped as much as I would have wanted. It's easy to say that in hindsight, draw orders, stuff like that. I think it would have been fine. We obviously weren't prioritizing scaling going into the Divinity, but still, damage is good. So there's that. But but yeah, an interesting, challenging run, overflowing with stings. Really, I mean, I'm generating Sting 1, I'm generating Sting 2, I'm generating Sting 3, and every time this guy gets revived and played again, he generates more. So just a truckload of garbage. And it's not bad to draw a bunch of cards, but we have way too many Stings that we're only drawing Stings is the problem. Now, fortunately, the Stings are pretty decent thanks to Thorn Casing. We didn't end up getting Channel Heart, but that's okay. The Thorn Casing at least made those cards not objectively bad, but it did mean that primitive molds were hard to find. So things like the Hallowed Halls and the Wicked Blaze were important drafts. So interesting challenges, not quite the run I was expecting, but one that we got nonetheless. Obviously, Resin Block would have been stronger. In hindsight, whoops, we didn't see the Awoken's Rail Spike, whoops. Sure, obviously, I think we could have hunted for, what is it? I mean, there's definitely 100% the Legion of Bombs in this run, right? The explosive, the Legion infusion there. There's a Forever Flame here, man. I mean, you could really pop off. All you have to do is see Endless and you just blow up the planet. Great. Awesome. We ended up going with this other wholly awesome strategy called Bounty Stalker. So, yeah, I think it was good. We take the win. Windleton is always a little dicey with things like this. I think it would have been very scary playing this particular episode as a train wreck, which is fun. There's obviously ways it could have been done, I think, right? It's not impossible, but it would have been dicey. I think we would have been looking for different solutions, playing it very differently overall. So I like thinking about that because it's hard to visualize, but still, it's good lesson, right? It's a good lesson to think about. So, all right, let's go ahead and hop on. I mean, that's pretty much everything I've got for you. So as always, do wow, I almost said like, comment, and subscribe. I mean, I do kind of say those things in my outro, but this is not my intro. So let's do it the other way, the normal way. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks. There, look, we did it normal. I'm a very normal recording YouTube personality, question mark. Anyway, have a nice day, y'all. Ciao.